Today I'm doing a short video about another peculiarity of the Nken, and this is something that owners can definitely relate to. Of course, I'm talking about the way shit from the road, small little pebbles, water, just ends up on your feet. It's just a trait of this bike. It's the way the wheels are positioned, and it doesn't have very good front mudguards. So if you look at the position of the foot pegs relative to the wheel, you can see that they are almost perfectly aligned. So it's no surprises why dirt, mud, sand, and when it rains, obviously water, just ends up on your feet. Alright, so something like this, the amount of dirt that gets in here, all that is stuff kicked up by the front wheels, and then they just ricochet off the boot, and they get into crevices on the bike. So that's annoying. And when it rains, of course, it really feels like I've got my boot under a running tap. And if you really wanted to test the waterproofing of your boots, just ride a Nken in the rain. But there's one other aspect of this feature, or this characteristic of the bike, that's a bit more troubling. Is that because of its propensity to direct stuff from the road onto your feet, you really need to have good foot protection. Because I'll tell you what happened to me recently. On a trip up north to Malaysia, I couldn't avoid running over something on the road that turned out to be a piece of broken metal. I think it was probably part of a crankcase cover of a small motorcycle, so a hard, chunky piece of aluminum. And what happened was, I ran over it with the front wheel. Of course, the bike remained really stable. Nothing affected the handling. But the wheel sort of flicked the piece of metal onto the right foot peg, and it broke it on impact, and it also left me with a very sore foot for about 2 days. So I'll include the picture in this video of what the foot rest assembly looked like before and after. Flying fast enough, and it was hard enough to break what looks like a fairly chunky bit of aluminum. Right. So it broke somewhere around here, and this whole thing sort of pivoted upwards this way. Fortunately, I could still ride the bike, and there was a bike shop nearby, about 50 km away. So I brought it there and explained to them what happened. Of course, there was no chance of getting this part. So they did what they could. They loosened this part and then brought it back down again to where the foot peg was in a normal position. Upon impact, the foot peg went up to here, and these wires and cables were also damaged, so I was left without brake lights and also without cruise control. Yeah, so I was able to continue with the ride, but it just left me thinking about how lucky I was, in a sense that metal fragment didn't hit me directly on the foot, or I don't think it hit me directly on the foot. I think it hit somewhere here, and from there it just broke the whole piece, or maybe somewhere here, I don't know. You can see that it damaged this part. So yeah, so I was very lucky that I was wearing a good chunky pair of boots, which is what I have now. They're a pair of Style Martin Vertigos. They did their job. And yeah, so apart from an achy foot for about 2 days, all is good. But again, just wanted to say, because of the design of the bike, your feet are in a much more vulnerable position, and you really need to have good foot protection when you're on this bike. A good pair of boots are really not a luxury, they're a necessity, almost as essential as a helmet and gloves. So yeah, something for Nken owners to think about.